The Green Bay Packers shocked the NFL a few months ago when they traded up in the draft to select quarterback Jordan Love. Probably the person that was shocked the most was future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers, who had no idea that his team was thinking towards their future. Especially, considering that he has 4 more years left on his contract and was expecting to be in Green Bay through the 2023 season at minimum. Ever since the Packers selected Jordan Love, there has been this speculation as to when the Packers were going to pull the trigger, make the decision to go with Jordan Love and move on from Aaron Rodgers. The speculation was high right after the draft. And then it kind of quieted down for a couple of months. But now, the whispers are beginning to be heard again. And it is only going to get louder once the NFL regular season starts. It is entirely possible that 2020 could be Aaron Rodgers' last season in Green Bay. Now, how is that possible? He has 3 more years left on his contract after this season. I'll explain that to you in just a minute. If 2020 happens to be Aaron Rodgers' last season with the Packers, where could he be playing in 2021, 2022? Obviously, teams around the NFL would be lining up with trade deals. But one team keeps getting mentioned that would rock the NFL world: the Dallas Cowboys. Now, it is way too early to start making predictions of what might happen with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. That's not the purpose of this video today. So I'm not going to be predicting what's going to happen. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to outline a scenario to you guys of how Aaron Rodgers could end up in Dallas. I've seen a lot of comments and some articles that are saying that this is just not possible. It would never happen. It's not going to happen. I'm going to prove all that wrong because it is entirely possible. And Aaron Rodgers in Dallas could happen. Not saying it will happen, I'm saying it could happen. So all of you Dak lovers out there, don't get all emotional and do what you normally do and light me up in the comments section. All you Packers fans, I am not advocating for Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay. I don't think he wants to leave. But I believe that he knows the clock is ticking. And not only is he not going to finish his career in Green Bay, but his time in Green Bay is coming to an end. And I think he realizes that. All of the speculation surrounding Aaron Rodgers' immediate departure in Green Bay actually started back up because of Aaron Rodgers himself. He was speaking with Kyle Brandt with The Ringer last week. And this is what he said about the possibility of finishing his career outside of Green Bay. Quote, "I think that's probably what happens, based on the circumstances around everything. Just look at the facts. They traded up. They drafted him." He's talking about Jordan Love. "Obviously, they like him. They want to play him." End quote. To me, that sounds like a guy that knows his team is preparing to move on from him. Do you notice when he was talking about Green Bay drafting Jordan Love, he wasn't saying we traded up, we drafted him. He was saying they traded up, they drafted him. I mean, this isn't that far-fetched of an idea, guys. Green Bay did the same thing to Brett Favre. Replaced him with a young quarterback named Aaron Rodgers. That process took 3 years for Aaron Rodgers to replace Brett Favre. The Packers stuck with Brett Favre for 3 years until they decided to replace him with Aaron Rodgers. So, all is well in Green Bay, right? I mean, they're going to do the same thing again. Let Aaron Rodgers play the next 3 years of his contract, 4 years of his contract. Jordan Love can learn under him. And once the calendar turns to 2023, Aaron Rodgers can retire and Jordan Love steps in and takes over, right? Not likely. I know that Matt LaFleur is saying all the right things in the media. I hope Aaron Rodgers is here for a long time. He hopes. But statements like that from coaches or general managers mean absolutely nothing Remember when Giants general manager Dave Gettleman claimed that he didn't sign Odell Beckham to an extension just to trade him? Remember that? 1 month later, he traded OBJ to Cleveland. Or, what about more recently? Jamal Adams. Back in May, the Jets were saying that we have no intention of trading Jamal Adams. He's our star safety. Yeah, that lasted real long, didn't it? 2 months later, he's traded to Seattle. I don't care what Matt LaFleur or what management in Green Bay says publicly. The reality of the situation is the Packers are actively preparing for life without Aaron Rodgers. Let me tell you why I think this separation is going to happen sooner rather than later. We all know that Aaron Rodgers is making big money, one of the highest paid players in the NFL. The Packers exceeded expectations last season by making it to the NFC Championship game. No one thought going into last season that the Packers were going to go that far. They overachieved, and I don't see it happening again. Green Bay last season was the worst 13-3 team in the history of the NFL. They are not going to make another deep playoff run like they did last year. Just look at how the Packers drafted this year. Green Bay desperately needs another receiver to go along with Davante Adams. Everyone expected the Packers to draft a receiver in the first or the second round. Aaron Rodgers wanted them to draft a receiver. Instead, out of the 9 picks that the Packers had in the draft, they spent a total of 0 on wide receivers, on getting Aaron Rodgers some help offensively. Does that sound like a team that is working hard to keep their franchise quarterback long term? A team that was 1 win away from a Super Bowl last year. You figured that they would be looking to draft guys to help them get back there, help them get to the Super Bowl. Instead, the way Matt LaFleur and the Packers drafted, it was like a team preparing to go into a rebuild. Without Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, that is exactly what the Packers are, a rebuilding team. Not only that, Green Bay looks to save big money if they trade Aaron Rodgers by June 1st of 2021. They'll save $22 million against the cap next season, another $22.6 million in 2022, $28.3 million in 2023, which they would use to sign players and fill out the roster around Jordan Love, who they're getting for cheap because he's on his rookie contract for the next 4 years. The only thing the Packers need is a potential suitor to make this happen, which is not going to be hard to find for Aaron Rodgers. And the Dallas Cowboys would be a likely candidate. Actually, I think the Dallas Cowboys would lead the charge in acquiring Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay. Well, but the Cowboys have Dak Prescott. Why would they pay a 37-year-old Aaron Rodgers instead of paying a 27-year-old Dak? That would make sense, right? I mean, why pay a short-term quarterback when you have a long-term quarterback already? Well, that would make sense, except for the fact that the Dallas Cowboys don't have a long-term quarterback in place. If they thought Dak Prescott was the long-term answer at quarterback, they would have gotten a deal done with him last summer or this summer. Instead, he is sitting on the franchise tag with no indication given that a contract extension is coming his way. The Cowboys obviously have the cap space to absorb Aaron Rodgers' contract. I mean, they were going to pay Dak between $35 and $40 million a year. Wouldn't you rather pay Aaron Rodgers $36 million in 2021, $40 million 2022, $28 million in 2023? Instead of your money going to an unproven Dak Prescott who lets you down time after time after time, your money would be going towards a future Hall of Fame quarterback with a Super Bowl ring already on his finger. People have criticized Jerry Jones for years, myself included, for his lack of skills as a general manager, bad contracts, paying the wrong players. But we've got to give him credit. He has assembled a strong roster in Dallas. A roster capable of competing for a Super Bowl with the right quarterback. That's the only thing that is missing in Dallas. Jerry Jones is running out of time and patience with Dak Prescott. He is desperate to win another Super Bowl in his lifetime. He wants to prove that those 90s teams weren't just a Jimmy Johnson creation, that he by himself can build a Super Bowl winning team. Jerry Jones isn't concerned about finding a long-term quarterback. He doesn't care about that. He wants to win now. At 77 years old, he's not worried about 5 years from now. He was worried about winning in 2020, 2021. The fact of the matter is, the Cowboys aren't winning now with Dak Prescott. Plus, don't forget, what is the one thing that Jerry Jones loves to have in Dallas? Stars. Jerry Jones loves stars. I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, well, Aaron Rodgers hates Mike McCarthy. Got him fired in Green Bay. Which is true. And I think that would be the biggest roadblock in Aaron Rodgers heading to Dallas to potentially end his career. But, sometimes certain situations create strange bedfellows. Jerry Jones needs a franchise quarterback capable of leading his Cowboys to a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers would need a winning team to end his career with. People tend to forget, Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy got along for years in Green Bay. I mean, they didn't always see eye to eye, but they got along. It wasn't until McCarthy's last couple of years in Green Bay that the tension between him and Aaron Rodgers just became too much to handle. Mike McCarthy, to this day, speaks very highly of Aaron Rodgers. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it is too early to say what is going to happen. I just outlined how it could happen, how it could go down, the scenario. It all depends on how the 2020 season goes for both Dallas and Green Bay. That's the big thing here. If both teams make deep playoff runs with their quarterbacks, then this video was just a waste of 10 to 15 minutes. But I think we all know that's not going to happen. It is going to be a long year in Dallas. The Dak contract situation is going to be a dark cloud hanging over this team all season long. The media questions are going to be relentless, especially if the Cowboys are losing, which, as we all know, the Cowboys are great at losing. That's one thing they do really well. And I just don't see the Packers getting back to where they were last year, not with this roster in Green Bay. I feel like last season was lightning in a bottle. Just like in Dallas, the Packers have a potential dark cloud of their own in Jordan Love. It's already turning into a somewhat big media story, and the season hasn't even started yet. So don't be so quick to write this idea off. This whole Aaron Rodgers to Dallas idea, 6 to 7 months from now, this is a real possibility. All right, that's all for today. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for me. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Leave me a comment in the section below. Is Aaron Rodgers to the Dallas Cowboys a real possibility? Or is KC just out of his mind? Let me know your thoughts. Prove me wrong if you disagree with me. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you have any questions, a topic you'd like me to discuss, you can email me at BTLKC84@gmail.com. I'll see you guys next time.